Hi everyone, this is Creating Junk Journals with Mary Lou, and I am Mary Lou. It looks like I've made a mess on my table, and actually it is fairly organized. I have been doing some prep work so I don't have to go and look for stuff. And today I would like to make envelopes. So I like using envelopes in my journals. They're wonderful. Like when you look at this envelope, like you can put things in it. You can use it as a page extender by gluing this part onto a page. You have a pocket, you have an extension, you can write on the back. So it is just, they're so versatile. However, while I love this one, and this one actually did come out really, really cool with all the different colors in there. I did this one when I was doing my avocado die. So these are beautiful. However, I want something special. I want something more than just a plain envelope. And I can decorate this, that is no problem. But I want to make some different kind of envelopes. So in the Gothic Architecture kit, and I will link the video where Margaret from Seven Plaza is showing her kit. I will link that below so you can check it out. It is so incredibly cool. It is the most amazing kit. There's 40 pages of digital papers, and they're all like these. So this is the envelope pieces, and there was 4 of them. Here's all 4. I have cut them out, and I have just printed them off on regular copy paper, so they're very, very flimsy. But I have backed this one with some brown paper bag, and I'm going to turn it into a pocket. I have this one that I haven't done anything with yet. I'm probably going to use this as decoration at some point, but I'm not sure. And then this one, even though it is a very plain one, I have put it onto a piece of grid paper. And what I'm going to do with it is create a faux envelope. So that's where we're going to start. We'll also make some envelopes out of square pieces of paper, and they are different kits from both Margaret from Seven Plaza. That is these. This is from Shabby Dabby Doodah. This is again from Margaret from Seven Plaza, and then they're backed with the clocks kit from Shabby Dabby Doodah. So let's get started and see what we can do. So I'm going to start by creating a faux envelope, and what I want is you put it in your journal. So piece is going to go into the journal, and we're going to fold it up so that it looks like it's just an envelope, and then you have writing space. It's actually very, very simple. So I'm going to take my cutter, and I am just going to line it up so that the edge is right on the edge of the envelope, and I'm going to make sure that this is laying down straight. And then I am going to cut that piece off. So now I just have a long piece of paper. Next, I am going to fold it over and fold this. And I want this to be as straight as possible so that you can't see the grit paper behind it. And then we're going to fold it again. This is a little trickier because to be able to get it to go straight. I think I got it. There we go. So I'm going to open this up and I'm going to fold this piece to the inside. And then I'm going to lay it down and fold it over again. And then I'm going to cut off that little piece. Now you can also leave that little piece on because you can fold it back and fold this like this. Fold it like that and make sure that it is all straight. Okay, and then you can put it in your journal and you can just attach this little piece and it'll be attached to your page, and you can flip this up like that. I may just do that because that's what I like that. I like it. It is kind of different. It is rolling because I have backed it with glue stick, and that always makes my paper roll. So now what I'm going to do is quickly ink around it to make sure that everything kind of blends together. You can't see the edges of the paper and the envelope because you want it to all look like it is one big unit. Around it, ink around these edges. Put this in. I want to see where the lines are because that's what makes something look vintage and old and used and worn. And okay, and I'm going to turn it over and do the same thing on the other side. Because you'll be able to write on both sides. Or whatever you want to do with the journal. All right, there we go. We don't have to do this piece because that's just going to be glued down anyway. We may want to do this end though. Let's fold this back. Okay. Close this back up so we don't make too much of a mess. And there we go. That's a very simple envelope. Now we can do the exact same thing, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to open this edge and I'm going to put a little bit of lace in there. So let me show you what I mean. I'm just going to put this aside for now. Let's use this one, and I have another piece of the grit paper. This is the paper that I had dyed this weekend. So let's try that. I need a board for cutting. So you get to see my beautiful grungy boards again. And I need my ruler, and I need a knife. So I'm not going to go all the way to the edge. I'm going to go right there. And right there. And then it's opened up. So now I can take some lace and put it underneath. I'm gonna have to cut it down just a little bit. Right. There, I can cut off this piece right there, and you can tell I'm taking awful good care to make sure that everything will fit properly. So now I'm just going to open this up and I'm going to tuck it right in there, and then we're going to glue all of this together to this. So you can see it on this side. What I do want to do before I do that is ink this edge. I don't need to do the other one, but I want to ink this edge so that it doesn't look, you can't see the white edge from the paper. Okay, that's a little bit better. Take that, tuck it back in there. How cute is that? Do I have it the right way up? I'm not sure. Yes, I do. You don't want your lace upside down. Okay. I need something stronger than that. I think, well, maybe just for that. Let's put this here first. Oh no, I want to rip it. Put the lace back in it. Let's put this in the right spot first. There we go. Straight, straight. Okay, then we can flip this up, put the lace in there. And fold the flap down over top. Now you know that's not going to stick forever. So I'm just going to make sure that the one piece is really, really attached, and then we'll use some better glue to make sure that the lace is attached forever as well. Okay. There's my glue. I'm just going to go right inside here I don't need a lot. Okay. There. And really, all I'm trying to do is think outside the box. What are the possibilities with the designs that someone else created? What can you do with it? How can you make it look like your own? Okay, so now we're going to go back. We're going to fold this. There. Fold it again. And this time I'm going to cut all the way around it because I want to just put this, be able to put this into a pocket. And there we go, we have a faux envelope, and this one we can fold to the inside. You can see because I used wet glue, it's a little wrinkly here, but that's all right. It will dry, and it will dry flat. All right, there we go. So now we have some lace on here. And the next thing I want to do is put a little bit of labels on there. So I have some snippets here. Let me get rid of my dirty board. I have some snippets here. I have some junk journal labels in blue. I have some postage stamps, if I can reach them. I can. They're right here. I have a ton of postage stamps, so we can use those as well. Let's look for some pretty blue ones. We have some vintage looking ones. That one is cool. That one. And maybe that one. Those are all cool. May not use them on this project, but we're not done yet. So I'll just quickly ink around a few and put them on here, and then we'll be done. Don't want that there. Maybe with one of these. Maybe with this number. Right there. Put the number on first. And that. And a postage stamp. Do we like that? No. I want something that can go and then put, that's much better. All right. I only have to ink around these labels. The snippets I've already done. So I just need some glue. And these, I just stamped them onto a file folder, an old file folder that I had tea dyed, and it came out in a really cool color. So that's what I did. Okay. That's gonna go right there. And this is gonna go right there. So now we can just put this into a pocket and you have a lovely journaling space. I will have to ink around it, but I'll do that off camera. I want to quickly put a little bit of decoration on here as well so that it is finished. And maybe I want to use some of these. So I have that one, maybe with this one behind it. What if we go like this? That works. I'm not sure if that's the right spot that I want to keep it at. I think I want to go just a little bit more off, or I want to go more to the center. Let's cut this one down a little. That's better. Put this one in the center. This one we can put a little higher, and I can cut the corner edge off. Ooh. Really? No, please. Don't be neat and tidy. Whatever you do, just make a mess. How about that? And then I think I want something littler than that. I know I have itty bitty ones in here. Oh yes. How about that? We'll just stick that right there. So the labels that I use from the Junk Journal Studio are labels from Days Gone By. It's either volume 1, 2, or 3. I have all 3, and I also have the blue ones, and I have the pink and turquoise ones. And I love using them. They are just wonderful. I print them off either regular, or I print them off 2 on a page. I haven't printed them smaller than that just yet, because that would be really itty bitty. There we go. That's very pretty. I don't know if I want to put anything else on there, because we do want to write on this as well. But maybe I can add a little lace. Add a little blue lace right along the bottom. Do we like that? Do we not like that? I don't think I like it. Do I have anything else? I have some die cuts. Maybe there's something cool in here. Oh, I have some numbers in here. Wait. I got busy one day and decided that I was going to make a bunch of die cuts. And I have some lovely numbers. So there we go. That'll work. Oops. I just threw a bunch on the floor. I have a 3 and a 9, and I can put them right here. Let's ink around them, see what happens. I want them to be a little grungy. Okay. Little glue. Trying to spread the glue a little bit further. There's one. And there's the other one. So they're both very different, even though they come from the exact same kit. There we go. Super simple to faux envelopes. Now, the other way that you can make an envelope is by grabbing some square paper. So you can use 6x6, 8x8, 7x7, 12x12. If you want to make really big ones, you can make 12x12. These are just a little over 7 inches because they are, like, I cut them myself. Some are double-sided, some are not. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it over. I'm just going to let me put these away for a moment, because now they'll be in my way. These little snippets can go over there. There's some round ones and some rectangle and some, they're all different. So I'm going to turn this around. And I'm going to use my ruler, and just to find the center, I'm going to go from corner to corner, like that. And like that. We have the center. And I'll do that for all of them so that, which one do I want on the front? Do I want the clocks? I like the clocks. I like the music paper too, but I really like the clocks. They'll make a little cute little addition. And the journal. So this I printed. It is the, it's a freebie by 7 Plus. I'll also link this one in there because it's really cool. It is all basics, so it's music paper and ledger paper and other different paper designs that are pretty simple, and everybody should be using that in their junk journals. And then the kits from Shabby Dabby Do That. This one is the clocks, the clock collection. And I don't know what it is. I just have a thing for clocks. And this one is the vintage paper collection or vintage documents collection. One of the two. And we'll just find the center so that we can continue on. With these, I'm not going to be doing a whole lot of decorating. I am just going to create the envelopes, and because I've picked paper that is beautiful, I don't have to do a lot of decorating. So let's start with the first one, which is the ledger. And we're going to take each corner and corners on either side. So it's going to be like this, the envelope. It's going to be at a diagonal, but we're going to fold this in to the center. And this corner is going to the center. And then we're going to go with the bottom up to the line that we just made. And then I like to fold this over. So I'll just make a little that. And then I'm just going to fold it until that point hits that middle line. And then when you go like that, this is reinforced a little bit. So I'm right away going to glue this down. Oh my goodness, I am being really messy. I don't know if you can tell. It's okay, you can't see the inside of the envelope anyway. And then I'm going to need an eraser as well. And I'm going to fold this to just about right there and make sure that your sides line up. Right there. And I'm going to use my spreader to push it down a little bit. There we go. And now I'm going to cut out the corners. And I will show you this once more. So I'm going to go just outside those lines. There's tools that you can use for this as well, and I have one of those. It's a little notch maker. I don't like using it for this. I use it only to make thumb hole spots in my pockets. I don't like to use it for envelopes. I have way more control with a pair of scissors as I cut all the way through the paper, right? you know, as soon as you make some kind of claim, is going to go wrong. I like to cut just outside of the folds so that when you fold this in, the overhangs are not going to be, it's not going to show on the other side. These can go. This is the inside. Now I'm going to take my eraser and get rid of the pencil lines, and I am terrible at erasing things. Now you can do one of two things. You can glue this together, which is what I'm going to do, or you can leave it open. You can just fold it down, and then you can sew it into your journal, like so. And then once it's sewn in, then you can glue it shut, and then it's permanently in there. Like, and you can use it in the center. And then you're hiding your stitches from the journal. I am going to ink it, and my walnut stain is really, really dry. Oh, I do want to cut the corner. I think it's good. There we go. And how I like to do it is I like to glue. I was inking. You were inking. You were not gluing yet. We were inking. I'm never very careful when I'm using papers that are supposed to be vintage, because it's perfectly all right to have them be grungy. If you pull them off of someone's attic, do you think they're going to be perfect? No. If they've gone through soot and grime and gross, they are going to look exactly like this. I wish there was some places where I could go through the attic and see what I can find. You know, like someone's great big old tickle trunk where you can see if there's anything that they've left behind that, you know, old papers and books and photo albums. Wouldn't that be lovely if someone were to just say, hey, I have a bunch of old stuff in my attic. You can do whatever you want up there. You can take it all. Oh my goodness, that would be heavenly. There we go. There we have a beautiful envelope. And I think, is this the same size? No. Okay, so there goes that thought. But there we go. One envelope, and I'll show you again. I'm going to show you on the one with the music paper and the clock. And the music paper is going to go on the inside. The clock needs to be as close to being right side up as I can. So that means I want to use these as the sides, I think. Yep, not bad. So then the bottom is going to be this. There. There we go. Put this in. Flip this over top. And we have a lovely envelope. So I'm going to start by cutting the corner, rounding the corner. There we go. And then we're going to cut the inside pieces. Sure. There, there, and there, and one more. All right. Can erase the line. I don't know if you can hear the birds. There's so many birds here. It's a good thing I'm not scared of them. Can't believe people that are scared of birds. I mean, how silly is that? What are they going to do? Come and eat you? So anyway, today we were decorating or getting ready to decorate a golf cart for at work. We're in a golf tournament on the weekend, and it's for breast cancer, so it's all women, and the theme is 70s garden party. It's not as easy as you think, and I sometimes have strange ideas. So we have two big beach balls with a tablecloth around it to make it a bra, and that is going to go on the front of the golf cart. And then I have to figure out how I'm going to decorate the outside of that to make it all sparkly and kind of more looking like a disco ball idea. So yeah. While I'm doing this, I'm thinking, how am I going to get that happening? Because right now I have these two big beach balls in their brassiere, let's say, in the back of my car, and I'm not sure what I'm going to do with them. So don't tell anybody that I don't know what to do. I have to have it done by Saturday, so I have a couple of days. I have lots of glitter, and thankfully it's supposed to be nice outside, so I may end up doing it like one evening. So I'm trying to get a little bit organized with these. Okay, so I have some. Do I want to decorate these right now? Because I really like how they look right now. But to get them to fit in the, you see, even though I started with two same size papers, they are not the same size. What do I want to do? I have some doily that I can put on there, or I have some, oh, I have this lace. This is beautiful, beautiful old lace. I can put that, oh, right along the top. Yes, yes, figured it out. See, just takes a moment, just have to think about it. And yes, I am demolishing these beautiful collars that someone has handmade, and I am ripping them to pieces just so I get to use the lace. Do I feel bad? No, because nobody wears lace collars like that anymore. Excuse me if you do, but yeah. There we go. I don't overly care if it is not perfect. But I do care if I ripped it. the lace itself. Can I go to the other side maybe? Okay. When you start working in the small spaces, maybe you can just, no, I want this piece. I really, really want this piece. Get off the fabric. There it is. By George. I think I've got it. Okay. That piece and that piece I don't want. I wanted just like that. So using my 3-in-1 glue. It is the best glue to glue fabric to paper. However, it always makes such a mess. And my bottle is almost empty. I'm gonna have to get some more this week. I usually use a coupon from Michael's to buy this, so it's 30% cheaper. Okay, stick this right along here and just stick it down, make it line up again. And how pretty is that? Now we can put some labels on here, or I can put a, because what I want to do with this is I want to use it as a, like it's going to go onto a page. Let's say this is my page. Then I'm going to stick this like that so that you can open it up and you can put things in it, and on this side it'll be a pocket. So I want to put a tag on there. So, and I've made these out of index cards. These are out of index cards. These are out of regular paper, or not regular paper. They're out of the foundations paper from Vicky Boutin. So I have a bunch of different ones that I can use. Or do I want to use this one? No, I think I want this one, because then I can put my blue labels on there and we keep everything together. So I have a little bit of blue lace here. I'm going to cut a little bit off right there so I can put that underneath here. And I'm actually going to put it like this to both sides. And then when I put the tab on here, we'll have lace sticking out on both sides. So that's what I want to do. I'm going to ink around it. And these are just die cuts. I've had them for a very long time. I don't know where they come from. They're nothing special. Okay, and I will use D3-in-1 again so that this all stays together. There. Whoops. And there. And I will use this and this. And I may throw it through the sewing machine as well. I usually use the sewing machine once, and then I can put it away again. So then I make sure everything that I want to use the sewing machine for is ready to go. I don't want to make things and then have to grab the sewing machine just for one project. That just is not working for me. That's too much work to grab it and put it together and then start sewing. And then put it away again, and you know. Could I have done this different? Yeah, probably. But I didn't. So I'm going to put, I think I'm just going to put the postage stamp on here. It goes up like that. Like that. Do we have anything else that we can put here? Right there. Saturday, March 27th. Let's put it right there. Pretty, pretty, pretty. And no, I didn't ink around it. That's okay. Not everything needs to be inked. I kind of want this to blend into the background. I don't need it to stand out. And this one. There we go. And then do we want to put something right there? Maybe just that. That works for me. This one, however, I am going to ink around. And there we go. So now we have a beautiful envelope that is ready to go in our journal as a pocket journal idea. I can right away put something along here so it is that far ready that all I have to do is put it in the journal. I have another piece of this lace, so I can maybe put a piece right there. Yep. Let's take a little piece right there. I'll put that right here. Stick it on there. There. And then I think I want to put a notch in there. Let's do that. That way we know for sure that it is a pocket. There we go. Take my ink around it. And then I can put maybe one of these. One of these with something like that, or something like that. Maybe both. I don't know which way this one goes. Does it? Do you think it matters? Let's put it like this. Right there, right there. I think that's lovely. Ink, 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 ink. That was me trying to find my corner rounder. There we go, much better. And you can see the lace is flying around here. There is so much of it. I was very lucky a couple of weeks ago when finding a lot of vintage lace from someone who was downsizing, and I used to have an antique store, so she sold it to me for definitely not what it's worth. And I was very, very grateful. She just wanted it to be used and go to a good place, and I just want to use it. So I've already dyed lots of it. I have used it in different places already, and yeah, I have so much, it's not going to go anywhere anytime soon. There we go. So how beautiful is that? It is cute, it is lovely, and we have a pocket and a pocket, and we have some cute music paper on the inside as well. That's one. All right, this one I will do off camera, and I will, or actually I have some labels that I had made before. I can put that on there. I think that would be cute. So I've tried to make a few videos, and yeah, well, this is the results from it, but I haven't been able to actually record them. This would be cute on there. I can use that. Or maybe that one. Oh, that one is very pretty. And then we're turning it into a pocket right away as well. So these are also tags from the 7 Plaza kit from the Gothic Architecture. And I've cut them in, I've printed them off in different sizes. And then I just poked a hole through, put a brad on it, and put some lace behind it, put 3 together, and it's a beautiful tag. So if I stick that right there, then we have pocket, pocket, pocket. Let's go. I want the little bit heavier glue. Need to put it on the right side. Okay, it's a little runny. I usually dilute it a little bit, and I just did that, so it's still all very runny. hopefully the tacky glue dries very clear. I'm just trying to find something to mop it up with. I don't have a wipe in here. But don't think you can find it. They're always there unless you need it. How weird. Okay. Well, it's stuck down. There we go, that's one side. We'll put a notch in there again. Find the center. There we go. Ink, 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 ink. Do we want to use maybe a little lace right there? And what lace did I use? This the darker one, this one. Just gonna grab a little strip of it. And no, this time I don't want to ruffle it because that just gets messy. So I think I want to just put it right there, or maybe I want to, well, I'm kind of committed to it now. Can go like that and put if I use this strip and it's big enough, I can put it on there. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. I can use fabric glue as well, but this is just a little faster. There, and then I'll find some ribbon that we can put along, and then we can say that we have decorated this. There we go. Do we have some ribbon that I can use? Well, let's use this. Let's not. I don't like it. So much pink, not enough cream. What to do, what to do. What I can do, and what I probably will do, I have this little piece. I know what I used. It was the aged mahogany. So I'm going to put this right here. And I'm just going to go and rub the fabric over the ink pad, and it'll get a little bit of the And then we can put it on there, and then it looks okay. How is that? Do we like it? I think so. I can cut it down after. Perfect. Glue, glue, glue. And yes, I did need 2 pockets because I have two signatures going into the journal, so I needed 2. I will have the same elements in each signature, but they're both going to be different designs. Even though it's all from the same kit, it is still going to be the same but different. There we go. So this is going to go onto the page like so. And it'll be a pocket. And you open this and it's a pocket. Ta-da! All right, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit the like button. I had a lot of fun making these, and I had a lot of fun showing you how I made them. That is always something that I've been wanting to do, but I find it difficult. So I hope you enjoyed this one. Hit the like button and please subscribe to my channel. It means a lot to me to know that you are enjoying what I'm doing. Thank you very much. Have a lovely evening, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.